Got a quick little chat here from our good friend Grand Across with the 50.
Yo.
Nick, how many jobs have you had? How many cars have you had? Why do you talk about having relations with dogs so much? I'm from Nevada. I love eating rattlesnakes. Yummy, yummy.
I've had a lot of jobs. I was a car salesman when I was in college, and that ruined me forever. And then I owned a landscaping company, and then I was a car salesman again. And then in the middle there, I was a fire sprinkler estimator. I did a small bit as a fire sprinkler estimator for a buddy of mine who had a huge fire sprinkler company. He wanted me to come work for him. I did. I didn't like it. It was very bad. And then I was a comedian. And yeah, now I'm a comedian and I sell antiques. Now I'm an antiques dealer. So I got a lot of miles on me. I've been a landlord and shit like that. So business owner.
Tregs up here. Welcome back, Tregs. Evening, gentlemen. Question for Nick. I'm having foundation issues, floor warping, minor wall cracking, and I have a company coming out to survey the foundation. Any funny business I should look out for? Perimeter foundation, by the way, Nick.
So you have a problem on the outside. You have water heaving you have water freezing and thawing. Is that what I'm assuming? They do sell concrete that sort of, they like inject into the cracks now, and it kind of like goes in and like fills it out. It's a newer technology. It sounds like you have water somewhere around the property. You're gonna have water, so you're gonna have to get that water out and around. It's a pretty intense process. It can be fixed. I would do this, my man. I would get it rectified. I would dry lock paint the basement, and I would sell it. I wouldn't put it through your insurance though, just a heads up, because it's marked on your. It's like telling everybody what you're doing. I would slowly sneak out of there, because hey, it happens. So I don't want to fault you, but you basically, it sounds like there's water. The water's freezing and thawing, cracking and pushing your foundation. You're gonna want to get that shit away from it. Put some sort of barrier, some crushed stone, some pipes to get it away, so it doesn't have a pooling of water, a water mass that's just pushing into your. Basically, it's just pushing the walls, cracking it, and heaving it. So just a heads up.
4th of July, Mama's Apple Pie with the 25. Hey, Nick. By the way, first ever donation. Hey, thanks for the support. Hey, Nick.
Mama.
Took your advice 4 years ago and sold cars. It really changed my life. I'm currently an F&I. I'm sitting in the office. Slow night, but probably getting out on time tonight. Recently married, hoping for kids. Just wanted to say thank you for the advice and the impact it's had on my life.
Dude, you're a finance manager, man. Thank you, bro. Are you kidding me? That guy's making some pretty heavy money, man. I know it's boring. I know sitting in the box late at night, waiting to go home. My best friend's probably sitting in a box right now. My buddy Rocco D, my best friend. I grew up with him. He's it's lonely. I get it, and the fun time is coming to an end here, but. Keep it up. You'll be all right. If you're a finance manager, you ain't ever going anywhere. You'll always just be able to make that amount of money. I wish you the best. Congratulations on everything, buddy.
Our buddy Dom dropping in with the 100 Canadian. It just don't stop. Nick, I'm a young dude. I don't know how to properly buy a house. Do you use a realtor? Can you walk me through your process of buying a house from start to finish? Please, everyone, like the stream right now.
All right. You have to have a job for 2 years most of the time. You younger guys, that's what your lender's going to want. So do that. Get pre-qualified. Go talk to a pretty decent lender. First, figure out what you make. What you make is going to dictate what you can buy. Shop at what you can buy. Don't jump into it too young. I mean, if you really want to and you have to and your back's against the wall, go for it. But I'd rather see you guys, younger guys, develop an idea on what the fuck you're looking at first. Because I didn't get it until I was like 24, and I had already bought like a bunch, and I was buying some shitty stuff, and I made some mistakes. I'd rather see you. It's the thing you don't buy. You know what I mean? In your younger years, it's about to be great. All you younger guys, you wait about 2-3 years, you're gonna be in heaven. But get pre-qualified with a good lender. Figure out what you can buy. That'll dictate what you can look at. Go kick tires. You have to use a realtor for the most part. I like using a realtor, even though they're all dipshits. There's a couple of good realtors out there. I work with good realtors in each state. I find one that I like. I work with Jakey. Jake's licensed in Mass and Rhode Island. I torture him. He's great. He's my brother. And then I have a couple of friends out in Connecticut that I use. And when I look at stuff in Connecticut, and I kick tires out in Connecticut. And soon I'm going to be in Maine kicking the fucking snots out of some good years. I'm gonna be fucking
slashing tires.
I'm gonna be lower shin kicking some fucking Michelins out in Maine and New Hampshire this week. So I'll call those dudes from earlier on the stream. I don't know if I'm ready. It's a nightmare.
If few more. We're just catching up. TTGK with the 25. Nick, what should us young adults do to prepare for the coming economic crash? I was just getting into high school during the '08 crash, so I don't have much experience weathering the hard times as an adult.
Stack green, my man. Dry powder. Just stack your cash, because that's what I didn't have a lot of. I bought one, made it. Bought one, flipped it, made it, and then in the 8, I fucked up in '08. And then by the time 11 came around, I took too easy of a job. I was selling Acuras, making like 50 or 60, but I had already made like a bunch. I had like worked in a Ford dealership making like 80 or 90 when I was like 18.
Yeah.
I should have taken a harder job and the economy's hard, so it's not like you're like rolling cars out in a bad economy, but I should have worked at a better dealership. And in the hot economic times, people buy Hondas and Toyotas. Mercedes buyers buy Hondas. So go to Honda, Toyota, if you for the car guys. I should have taken a harder job where I made more money, because I didn't have enough money to buy it and fix it. Because when you buy the real shitholes in 2026, they're going to be raw, and you're going to have to pay for them cash. All kinds of like little fees. So yeah, maybe you buy it for 40, 60, 80 grand, but the fix is also all cash too. Jet and I just walked through one for him. It's all cash. It just sops up all of it. And it's 140,000, 150. It's a lot of money. You're basically, so just keep that in mind. And then there's going to be some normal over-the-counter foreclosures where people bought stuff that they had no business buying through loans that were a little shady. Maybe some straw people, which is a fake person or a cousin that doesn't live around here or something like that. Or, you bought it with your girlfriend that had good credit, and now you're not together anymore, and now she's gone and no one's paying the fucking bills. So there's going to be some over-the-counter buys. Not all of them are going to be dilapidated piece of shits. So just keep that in mind.
Hey, Nick, my parents' neighbors are selling their house. The problem is that it's a rundown eyesore, and I hate every square foot of it. Should I consider buying and demolishing it? How much would you say that would cost?
Buying and demolishing a house is about 25 grand. I wouldn't ever do that. I would very, very rarely would I ever knock a house down. You'd have to buy it for snots. Yeah. Literally snots. Because you're spending $25,000. So you probably just gut it to the studs. Like gut it all the way down to the sticks. And then lay a new foundation, add on to it, hire an architect, etc. But you're talking $250,000-$300,000. I will say that
get rid of an eyesore.
If your folks' house is real nice though, and I do like the proximity play. If you have a house that you like, if your brother or your sister or someone in your family has a house that's very nice, buying an adjacent property is a very, very cool thing for those of you who are starting a family, for watching the kids, watching after your shit. It's very, very, as long as there's like decent privacy for you and y'all can handle it. I would love to be able to buy my neighbor's house. Yeah, I would buy every one of my neighbor's house because I love living around here. Yeah. I would actually buy my neighbor's house, knock it down, and build a custom house over there. Yeah. And then rent this out to like my friends.
And this would be your neighbor.
Yeah. I would rather do that. Yeah. So that is a play that I think about. And proximity is everything. Meaning, while you're fixing your house up, you can stay at your folks' place. That's a big deal. And it's like you can walk home every night. That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it is cool. Gillyman 100 with the 30 Canadian. Hey Nick, mother-in-law rolled $200K into an $800K house, but interest rates jacked her payments up to $4,400 a month. She makes $60K a year pre-tax. She asked us to co-sign. We refused. How to avoid her resenting us forever?
Tell her she's a fucking brain-dead idiot. She just tried to rope her kids into a bad deal. She should be ashamed of herself. You should spit in her fucking face next time you see her. I'm not kidding you. That's fucking nasty. Yeah. That's nasty. You make 60 grand a year. You make 60. I don't even care if you make 75 grand a year. You were going to jack your payments up to $4,400 because you wanted to pull $200 out. What did you need the $200 for? Or what did you roll in? You rolled in what? Credit card debt from fixing the house up? That's probably what you did. So this person had equity in their house. Yeah. Then they rolled it in. They grabbed the cash out. This is what I was talking about in the beginning of the stream. Yeah. Oh, I bought a Corvette. I want to roll all my debt in. I went on a vacation. I fixed my face. I got a lap band surgery. You should spit right in her mouth. I don't care if she's watching the stream right now. I don't care if she's sitting on the fucking side of you. It's time to feel a little bit of shame, lady. You need to come to grips because you're gonna be in the fucking shrink's chair soon if you don't get a hold of yourself. You're making financial moves and trying to rope your family into it's a fucking disgusting way to live your life. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Squad B with a 25. Hey Nick, thank you for the streams. I'm 19, making $11K a month.
Damn.
Saving 50% of all my income. My parents are advising me to look into purchasing some sort of real estate to grow my wealth. Do you have any advice on this? The job has me away from home for long periods, so I don't know if this is the move.
No, you don't need to buy a house right now. You need to save your money. You'll be able to buy a house. And if you move around a lot, you can live a cooler lifestyle, and you don't have to necessarily buy something that is like immediately adjacent, and you'll be able to buy something cool. We'll find some cool stuff for good pricing. You're making a ton of money. Dry powder, man. Stack your cash. That's the way to be. Do that for about 16 more months. You're going to be in a really good spot. And then we'll find you something cool. Give me some areas to work in. I'll find you a cool house.